The mayor in Herkimer is on the line right now, Mayor Tony Brindisi. Good morning, sir. Good morning.
Morning, Bill. How are you?
Good. So, obviously, this was quite the spectacle. A lady running through the streets of Herkimer in the business district with absolutely no clothing on, doing it this day and age. People take pictures, and it just went crazy on Facebook and Twitter. I'd like to get a little background on it, but you were quite aggressive in your response to this yesterday.
Yeah, I was, and I apologize. I've been dealing with it all day, and then I found out after I spoke to you, or after I had emailed you, it happened the second time, and I was not aware of it at the time.
Okay, so that is true, because I received another photo last night that said it happened again yesterday.
Yeah. Well, we're dealing with a flawed system. And it's sad, but that's the condition of what we're dealing with here. I mean, you look at a situation like this. It's not, we're not back in the 70s where we're dealing with a streaker. We're dealing, you look at the temperatures out there, and you look at a person like that. Clearly, something's wrong.
Yeah, something. Now, there are stories. Everybody's got a story on here, and people are just making them up on Facebook. And I read through several of them last night. Some saying it's drugs. That there's a drug that makes people just kind of take your clothes off and run outside. Others are saying it might have been a fight. But now the fact that it's happened for a second time.
Here's the deal: that apparently she's dealing with some sort of an issue.
Yeah,
police were called, and they attended to her needs once they apprehended her. And there's a provision of law under the mental health law, Section 941, where if a person is deemed dangerous to themselves or others, then that person can be taken into custody, turned over to mental health professionals, and evaluated. That was the case the first time. They got her to mental health professionals. They evaluated her, and for whatever reason, they decided that she was okay to release. They sent her back home, and there she goes again. She,
happened again.
Went off again. Now, I can't tell you that it was drug related or what it was, but it's certainly the first time they deemed that she was mentally stable. The second time she was taken into custody, and again turned over to mental health officials. The doctor, I don't know what the doctors did the second time, and I can't comment on that. I won't comment on that. But for whatever reason, she did it again. Now, I don't know of any drug that causes you to take your clothes off.
I don't either. But
whatever it is, it must be great. But,
it must be quite the drug. So
tequila does that, but I don't know.
So your take really was, listen, what if this was your daughter, your relative?
Here's the deal. You got a phone and you see it, and instead of using the phone to call the police, you take pictures and then you post it on Facebook, and it's a big joke. I don't know. Maybe as I get older, I see it less as a joke. I don't see the joke in that, because this person, whoever she is, she's got family. Maybe she's got children. I don't know.
Yeah.
But she's got a mom, a dad, maybe. Do these people have family that maybe are in crisis of some sort? Would you want that for yourself? Would you want that for your family member? Where's the line here? I mean, what have we turned into? I mean, is it this funny? It saddens me that we stand by and watch this happen, and it's not just in this case; it's in many cases. I mean, you open Facebook and you see all these pictures of people just standing by and watch people in dreadful situations, and we're just taking pictures of it instead of putting a camera down and putting our hands up to help. I mean, this is sad.
You're absolutely right, Mayor. I'd like to share a couple thoughts. One, on the question of a drug, it was suggested, and actually this person is in law enforcement, said he's had some experiences where people take bath salts.
Mm-hmm. Right. This was happening
raises
maybe
the body temperature
5 years ago.
And then they take their clothes off. And I'm not saying that's what happened here, but anyone to suggest a drug, I think that's what they were suggesting. I'd like to share with everyone if I could. I found this on Facebook. Can we all please stop sharing the photos and video of the woman who was running naked through Herkimer? It's a bit unsettling that it seems nobody wanted to help her. It doesn't matter what her circumstances were. Stop and think how you'd feel if the whole valley was sharing photos and videos of you or a loved one in this situation. Have some compassion. I certainly, Mayor, maybe you can echo this a little bit. When there's a question as to why the person is out there, maybe it's not a great idea to approach them, but as you suggested, call the police and let them handle it.
Absolutely. It's never, Jeff, and I thank you for bringing it up, it's never a good idea to approach them because you don't know what state they're in, and especially in the case of bath salts, remember those days, and I don't know if they're back or not, but you don't know what they're capable of, but you certainly can call and say, look, this person is at this location. You know, do you really want your kids to see something like this? Get the police over to there and stand by and you know, get them help.
Yeah,
I mean, I see the same people that are taking the pictures and making fun. They're the same people that put their own misery on Facebook and ask for help. Ask for GoFundMe this and that for my kid, or you know, put their businesses on there, and then all of a sudden it turns around and look at this. This is funny. It's not funny. This isn't funny. This is a condition that we're all dealing with. This is a situation we're all dealing with, and at some point we're paying for it in one way or another.
Right.
But you know what? The page can turn in any second, and guess
it could be you or your family member.
And they're all going to be commenting about you.
Yeah.
This is crazy stuff.
Yeah. Mayor, I appreciate it. I think you're making a very valid point, and it's good to hear that there are other people that are making that point on Facebook as well.
Yes,
glad to hear it.
That's there is a little decency left in the world after all. So
I hope so.
All right, Mayor. Thanks for taking the time this morning.
Thank you for the opportunity.
All right, Mayor Tony Brindisi in Herkimer.